Let's do this one again, just so we have it registered on this save.
I see forever, and even I can't see the future.
Because there was a weird that thing.
Indeed, we are truly fortunate to experience the passage of Envisioned twice in one day.
I read that Envisioned can't communicate with us anymore. Can they see us? Or can they only see what's in the void?
In Witness by Stone, Nozaku posits that Envisioned can see us, but choose not to speak. They have loftier matters to ponder when they walk the void.
One day, if I'm lucky enough to hear the call and become Envisioned, I'll still acknowledge eyeless like us.
So you say.
Wasn't there 3 of them last time? I guess the game noticed that we started our save over and was like, oh, clearly they struggled. Which I mean is true, but... So that's the way we're supposed to go.
Run and hide, find small places, still the huge eye sees. The huge eye sees, drags us to the dark places, drags us to the cold. Everything's stone, everything old.
To be honest, I'm mostly doing all of this for my rat buddies. I couldn't tell if I was sneaking, which I should be able to, because the way we're holding the sword. Oh, it seems very big and sprawling.
Malchiodi and I used to have long discussions on ancient translation and linguistics. It's a pity, really. He was a true scholar.
I wouldn't praise him too loudly. He violated the highest commandments of our society. The ritual hold is forbidden to us, as you well know.
I understand his punishment. He had to die, I don't dispute that. But his work...
There are things that even those such as we were never meant to gaze upon.
Whoa.
Remember that.
No one? Can I? Yes, yes, I can.
Miss Doge.
Hello.
Forbidden. Could be worth looking into.
Also, I only just noticed that their eyes are shining. Do they all have gold teeth? Of course his mouth isn't open. Maybe it's just the lighting, but that looked... That way to progression. I ate all the food, though I didn't have to, again. We not? Yes, we can.
When I die, this world will remain. And when I die again...
Does that mean that if there was a Dishonored 3 that took place after this, it would be like a completely different system? Or like all these powers and stuff wouldn't be here? It'll all work differently? Lightweight. You take less damage from falling. Health regeneration rate is halved. No, we try and not fall as much as possible. Presumably. On here's some. Well, need a key for that one. Hues of the Void by A. Nongui. We lack the language to express the void in all its complexities. We have no words for its beauty. There's the rich, velvety darkness of the depths of the ocean, the hollow hues of the sky on a starless night, the cold color when you close your eyes to moonlight, the mottled pigments of a bruise on tender skin, a sharp black at the corners of your vision as you faint from exhaustion, a crumpled anointment of old blood, your own face reflected faintly in a dark glass. I was ignorant of these delicate gradations when I first arrived, but the eye of the dead god has penetrated my senses and opened my mind. What was once a dull gray has revealed its subtle luster. In my former life, I was a painter. I captured the blush of a young debutante's cheek or the turn of a noble's shapely calf. I was paid vast sums to render the most insipid, lifeless, aristocratic faces into grand examples of virile splendor, but nothing I had ever seen compares to the grace and color of the void. Oh, I thought that was a key. It was not, it was just a spoon. Be up here. Or it's just hanging on a hook and I haven't noticed. Oh, I thought those were coins. Ah, Luke. Who noticed me? Heard me? That is new. Lost Days at Shindere, a memoir. Excerpt from the Lost Days of Shindere, a memory. A memoir, rather. It started with hallucinations. Juana Gallardo screaming when her house vanished as she... That would be quite a hallucination. As she unlocked her front door. Miners returning from depths with hair-raising tales of tunnels appearing already quarried and cleared beneath their pickaxes, but soon the entire town was awash in the unexplainable. The first time I hallucinated, I was working in the Shindere mining companies. So these things that the eye are seeing walking around, are they actually there? The first time I hallucinated, I was working in the Shindere... what was it again? In the mining company store, distributing supplies to prospectors fresh off the carriages from Kanaka. I pulled a headlantern from the shelf and turned to hand it to a customer, but he was gone. The shop was gone. I was standing alone in a dust-swept street amid tumbled ruins. It was North Quarry Town, but different, as if decades had pressed it into the earth. I blinked and the vision dissipated. Yeah. I was left befuddled, staring at a curious customer. But also all of these seem, at least the ones I can remember in the last couple of seconds, are time-based. Like, for example, the house would vanish, because that could have been before it was built or in the future when it was torn down. The tunnels appearing that was already quarried and cleared, and ruins. So it might be, instead of hallucinations, it might be a blink into the future. Soon, all of North Quarry started flickering in and out of existence. Talk to your friend and they'd disappear mid-sentence. Roll over in your bedroom and wake under starry skies. We lost sense of what was real and what was illusionary. And it worsened, the town disappearing for days, while we camped in caves and spoke in hushed voices. It became unbearable. One by one, my neighbors fled to Calero, Bastilian. Anywhere but Shindere? No, it can't be Shindere, because there's not an A there. Shindere. to Oklahoma. Or anywhere but Oklahoma. No offense to Oklahoma, I have never been there, I don't know anything. It was just the one that came up first. Soon I was the only one left, wandering deserted streets alone. If you're seeing a bunch of these clearly and obviously terrifying things, and you have some sort of idea that it's location based, wouldn't you leave as quickly as possible? Like when things are okay, you go outside and you lock your front door so there's no risk of people coming in, and then you take a vacation. You just hold a long walk away. I'd gone half mad with loneliness, roaming mine shafts deep into the mountains, when I stumbled upon a giant eye. Oh, it seemed to hum with power, beckoning me. And when I touched the eye, understanding exploded within me. The invisible layers of the universe were laid bare to me. I left the mines a wiser woman. Here we go again. Shindairi's secrets, a mystery no more. I witnessed no more vanishings. Forever after, the town remained stone solid for me. Oh.
I should soak my bone talisman in whale oil for a few hours.
Is this where you're?
Better days.
Companions, guardians of the ritual hold. All of you have appointed yourselves to a better existence, lifting up from the muck and the dank warrens of the ignorant of society. You see the world for what it is, discontent with illusions. Only you see the truth.
1, 2, 3,
Let us
4,
remember
5, 6.
why we are and the importance of our work. Thousands of years ago, we took a wretch from the streets, beaten and discarded, and blowing upon the embers we found there, we set alight the fires of divinity at the very heart of the void. We created the outsider himself, fellow seekers. A face instead of the endless dark. Black eyes rather than that malevolent emptiness that came before. A voice speaking to select few, over which otherwise would be the howling of forever, of nothing without end. And now he sleeps in the ritual hold, held in the crushing grip of the void
So you needed like
itself.
a contact
And
you could
he
actually
will sleep forever,
talk with and
seekers,
reason
for
with and
that
ask
is our
for things.
charge. For without the outsider, the void would hunger and roil, and the world itself would shudder.
We see what's real. We see what's beyond.
Yep.
By the
What's going-
outsider!
What?
Are you all right?
No! No! Huh, no luck. Let's search over there, then.
You gave up. Quick.
By the eye.
I thought that was a person sneaking up on me. Can I hit this?
Someone's shooting at
Yep,
us.
I certainly can.
No! You'll pay for his death!
I very much doubt it. Where are you running off to? Very well. I didn't see what it was we just got. Could have been distracting vision, or whatever that one was called, because I didn't recognize it. Darn.
With me! For the eye!
Can I not shoot through those? Here we go. Oh, this is just back here. Does any of you happen to have a key? This little sneaky spot. Is it just so you could be sneaky? This feels like it's going off somewhere else. Hello, little buddies. So presumably this is where they walked up from where we started. Darn. That's what I get for eating all the food at all times. Just so I don't accidentally shoot the 2 bullets I have left. Chant of the Eye. A voice for the silence, a face for the terror, a body for the darkness. A wound for the wanting, a knife for the knowing, a hold for the hollow. A truth for the seeker, a charge for the warden, an eye for the eyeless. Whispers from the Void by Banoli Mulani. Is this? No, we've read that. Okay, so that feels like progression, so let's... Oh. I feel like we're going very far away from where that key was needed. Functions and responsibilities of recent initiates. New initiates to our fellowship are required to perform menial tasks for the upkeep of their and senior members' living conditions. These include, but are not limited to, laundering, sanitation, and waste disposal, meal preparation, recording, dictation, and copying notes, maintenance of technical equipment, record keeping, and collation. Collation? I don't know that word. Whatever your station was in life, you are now a custodian of the Eye, a revenant of the outsider, and a member of our privileged community. Together we watch the ages pass with impunity. Together we maintain the delicate position of reality. Know that in time the void will open up its truth to you, and all who seek it with fervor. Nope. Hoping you had a key on you, because yeah, I was curious if I'd perhaps found a key and forgotten about it, but oh, I missed this. Cultist Diary, 12th, Hearts. It has begun. When I woke this morning, my shoulder felt stiff and insensate. And when I expected it, there was a thread of pure silver stone running across my flesh. At last, I am merging with the void. Oh, to be removed from this reality and exist eternal in the next. To see the subtle shifts and patterns of the void. To be closed off from all contact with the lesser creatures. I am eager to see its progress. 24th, Clans. The stone spreads. I feel it humming with heat as it encloses my very heart. Sometimes I am breathless with it. I can barely listen to the others. At times my tongue won't move for hours, and I am mute. Is this just gonna turn you into stone and you get nothing out of it? Second, nets. My left eye has been entirely subsumed by the void. I can see strange shifts in the light, but it is mostly endless darkness. I find it difficult to focus on my work. 11th, darkness. My pen slips from my hand even as I try to write these words. My fingers have grown cold and numb to all sensation. Some have even fused together in an amalgamation of stone. I am exalted. Yeah, I think you're just gonna turn to stone and be dead. So presumably the bone charm is down there. What's the key we needed? I have no idea who that is. Maybe I have to progress and then come back, maybe. Oh. Just some hidden alcohol down there. I was up there, but does this lead to anything? Not really, no. Oh. Because right down here is where we came in, right? Yes, we came in there. That's why some of them walk this way. Oh, we should check that little, the little hidden way down here. See what it leads to. I'm guessing if you're doing undetected, this is the sort of way you'd go. But if you did, you couldn't just... He took a shot to the head quite in stride. Hello, it's me. Thank you, thank you. Oh, that's a...
You're not one of us. Let's see what you can do with a shadow of an arm. Arr! I'll kill you for that. You'll die at the hands of a servant of the outsider. Such you'll pay for that with your life.
You were saying?
So you want to dive? Let me
You really thought you could just show up in a place like this? No! You shouldn't have done that!
Uh-oh. Loop.
Take this!
Take this. And let's quickly remove this from our hand. Didn't hit anyone, did I? That was cheating. You weren't aiming at me. Come on. Fine.
No! You paid for her.
Anyone else? Okay. That was just raw whalebone.
She is seen through
Oh, jeez.
waters. Soon she will see me unobscured.
Preliminary notes on void anomalies. Despite the difficulty, we have managed a general study of the observable hollows, as some have called them. new enemy? The anomalies and their provenance still baffle us. These flaws in reality are imperceptible to those who have only recently joined us in our seclusion. Extended communion with the eye is necessary before anything of this nature is real to us. I was gonna say, maybe they're just seeing things that aren't real, but we're seeing it, and we just got here. So clearly we haven't been here for the extended communion with the eye, but we see them. So how do we see them? Because of our arm, maybe, and our jewel eye that we were given by, well, we weren't given, might be too nice of a word for it, but does the eye know? Does it share this knowledge with us so that we might understand their nature? If so, what else might dead eyes see? These confluences of the void show us the possibilities of time. As the ritual hold is outside of time's reach, are we bound up in the strands of several divergencies? It may be there are things still beyond our sight. We who watch the world align itself to our desires. Are we to witness the end of time as we understand it? That's above my pay grade. I'm just here to kill people. Sorry. Is this new? Yes. We watched the stars by F.H. Clapp, excerpt from a monograph on celestial cartography. Any child knows the constellation above the Isles, the captain at the helm, the tusked Leviathan, the vain Duchess, the scaled he-goat, the Moth King, tales older than the outsider himself, patterns read long ago by the fearful and the ignorant to create meaning from the emptiness that engulfed them. The supposed significance of one's birth in relation to these signs is a common folk tale. Those born under this or that set of stars will be lucky or obedient or stubborn or proud. This is, of course, simply superstition. But what may be read in the stars is of greater substance than the fortunes of the unimportant masses. Wow. The night sky foretold the necessity of the outsider and urged the envisioned to seek out the wretch who would become him. That actually reminds me, we don't really know anything about the outsider before he became the outsider. It is not simply the movement of these distant stars, but when they blink out into nothingness that tells us what the void requires. Alongside the migration of birds and the entrails of certain animals, it did say entrails of certain animals, the disappearance of several prominent celestial lights urged the ancient Envisioned to take a helpless orphan and create the outsider from his wretched flesh. Do you have a key? That wasn't me. Also, these are massive books. An evaluation of the prominent isles of Karnaca. Jacoby, further delay. He is a man of singular dedication. Any difficulty he encounters, he overcomes by sheer force of persistence. He is undoubtedly devoted to our intellectual ideals. Studious man. Dispassionate, yet obsessive. In his single-mindedness, he can be prone to nervous fits and neglectful of himself and other duties. Furthermore, he is too enamored of the sanguine infusion and its effect on his mind. Yoon, further delay. An estate. I'm guessing someone who values aesthetics above all else. Maybe, I have no idea. He appreciates the patterns and nuances of the void. His knowledge and passion would enrich our pursuits here, but the man is a celebrity. As of yet, he will not be suited to our rigorous oral lifestyle. His public profile is too high to relocate without causing some alarm, and we believe he enjoys that fact. Michaels, to ascend within 3 years. A woman of consummate control, she has maintained a network of patrons and subordinates which has allowed our influence to spread and our studies to continue. Reliability and constancy is unquestionable. It is through her efforts and resources that the dangerous relics from the Outsider's creation have been kept secured. Our trust was not misplaced. Well, I wouldn't, be too happy with how things have gone just yet. So, does this loop go around over to this, or... Oh, this is where... Ah. This is where we looked before. So, I guess go down to make sure we can look at everything.